Howdy, everybody. It's Tuesday. Did you bring your coat? Didn't need it today. It was actually kind of warm. Let's see. Who was the first one here? Waddy! Welcome, Waddy. Although Lamp was the first one dropping the sound alert. Lamp! Greetings, friends. Greetings. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Seema! Nice to see ya. Temperature hit 58 today there. It was in the high 40s here. I almost didn't bring my coat with me to work, but I was like, the sun's going to be down by the time I go home. Should probably bring it. So I did. Still didn't really need it. Didn't have to run my heat the whole drive, so that was cool, I guess. Yeah. So launch, everybody. Thanks for being here. Well, I hope everyone's week is going good so far. So roundabouts. It's roundabouts, yeah, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Went to see if my chair was still at spec. Sadly, they might not have it anymore, but I have no way to know that. How's everyone doing this evening? It was really dreary today. My body forced me to take a 2-hour nap. Yeah, it's weird when it's like, yay, it's warmer than it has been, but it seems miserable out, so it's almost not worth it. It's going, been feeling exhausted just about every day. Yeah, I feel you there. I feel you there, Lamp. HB! Nice to see you, HB. Yeah, I was having a mostly ordinary day. But then, like, around about 4 o'clock, I get an email from a sender I have never seen before. I'm like, I don't know, what's this about? I open it up, and it is basically we thought we should tell you that your aunt, who we've been caring for, passed away this morning. So that's fun. She was my aunt, technically my great aunt Doris, who was my late grandfather's youngest sister, who was also the last member of my father's side of the family above my generation. So, because my dad and all his siblings are gone, my grandparents and all their siblings, they're now all gone. My Aunt Doris was the only one left. So, she was in her 90s. She was in a memory care unit. So, like, it's not entirely surprising, but on the other hand, it's still surprising and still sad. She's the whole reason I was able to go to college. She paid for half of my college out of pocket so I could go. So, and the Prius that I've had for a decade, that was her car. She gave it to me when she was done with it. So, see my fades, HB. Sorry for that. Thank you, Waddy. I appreciate it. So yeah, she. I've talked about her on stream before. The fact that she's a. She's an old school and also old lesbian from the days where those people didn't exist. And her life partner Vivian, who passed away in the late 90s, was just her good friend, from the age of, but they were roommates, that sort of thing. So, heard so much about Aunt Doris. I don't know if I think you met her once when you were really little. We passed through going on a trip to Connecticut once and stopped by for a chat. I think that's the only time. Lots of hugs from me too. Losing family for any reason sucks. Hopefully we give you an IRL hug this summer if things pan out. Well, I'll take a fake one via stream now. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. It's tough. She's, because of, you know, all of that, she didn't have any, she, for obvious reasons, she didn't have kids or a family of her own, so her being able to support me, at least, and ensuring that I was able to go to college and get my education and everything. Sometimes with the absolute wrong forms of encouragement, but encouragement nonetheless. It's... I hear that line so much with the extended family. The first time I ever met your dad, when I could remember, was when Mom and I lived in South Meadow and he showed up on a motorcycle. That was part of the thing with that whole part of the family is after the grandparents went, there was no more hub and everything just sort of got cast into the wind. And now it's just all those pieces have just faded away. So now it's literally just, me and my siblings and our cousins. We are what remains of that family. So right before, yep, exactly. Got a picture of that somewhere for Ollie's graduation. But yep, good old Aunt Doris. Although she went by Dodie or Dode.
I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear. Gummy bear.
Sounds like CB Geeks here.
Fucking motherfucker.
And then just a bit of how like the world is a small place and everything. My aunt was neighbors in the same. Anya May, nice to see ya. Yeah, we're dwelling on Aunt Dodie, and just we're having a little chat. So we're not really gonna do much anything tonight. As I was just gonna say, Anya May actually, the world is a small place here. Anya May's mom actually knows my aunt. They would play cards and stuff together. So small world. But yeah, I don't know. Admittedly, what I know is almost nothing. Dodie taught my mom dominoes. But yeah, she was a really fascinating lady. Very smart, incredibly smart. Went to nursing school, spent her working years as a nurse, and did a lot of traveling. She loved nature. I mean, hell, she was up into her 80s. She was spending half the year just traveling around various places, like walking in deserts and doing all this other stuff, just because she could, and just because that's what she liked to do. You can hold off another. Lamp. I held it. We held it off for tonight just so you could be here for it. But with today's development, I wouldn't be able to put my enthusiasm into it the way it deserves. So we're gonna, which means for Christmas Eve, which is a week from tonight, we're going to be doing the carbonated apple cider vinegar. Screw putting out milk and cookies for Santa. We're making apple cider vinegar seltzer for ourselves. So that's our big plan for next week's stream, I guess. I think the bit of how closely connected the world is. 2 Johnson Elementary teachers knew the family. 1 Nini and 1 was in mom's graduating class. Yeah, and that's part of what being in Vermont is like. Is just it's finding people who know people and then finding out how not so distantly related you are. Do not combine with milk and cookies. If we hit the other gold double trouble, then. I mean, if we do, we do. I mean, I couldn't, with a good conscience, carry a redemption through into the new year. So, Vermont, what state is that in? Oh, Vermont, isn't that in Canada? You'll be watching alongside Anya in New York. Well, hopefully it's every bit as entertaining for you and as horrifying for me as it can be. But yeah, so she's had dementia, and as it does, it gets worse and worse over time. And I guess, especially the last 6 weeks or so have been really hard for her and the people that were caring for her. But as I was told, their words to my ears is, but she's at peace now. So that's, it is what it is. She made it into her mid-90s. About as, I think about as many years as her mom did, because my great grandma Madge was definitely in her 90s as well. So some members of the family have some good aging genes, and others absolutely did not. Some dropped dead in their 50s. So just got to roll the dice and see where we fall, I guess. Speaking of Vermont, congratulations, UVM Soccer, winning the national championship. Yes, yeah, I saw that. There's finally a sport that a team in Vermont excelled at, and it's soccer of all things. But hey, the national dub is a national dub. So congrats to UVM Soccer. Oh, that sucks. She had dementia. Is definitely a blessing. Yeah, I saw her. The last time I saw her was 2 Octobers ago. I went out and spent the afternoon just talking, and we drove around Hanover a bit, and while she reminisced and everything. But it was a bit of a challenge. We had about 45 minutes of conversation going in roughly a loop.
Tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
Rickshaw Tom is here. Well, welcome in. Our topic of discussion is is today's passing of dear Aunt Doris. I found out when I was at work. So your family sounds like what I know of mine. I'll either pass of cancer in my 50s, 60s, or past my 80s, 90s of dementia, Alzheimer's, or something like that. Yeah, like I said, it's a roll of the dice. It's a roll of the dice. Vermont, say na, say va fa pa pa te du. Quebec. Great fishing in Quebec. Mid-90s is still a great milestone, near a century of stories for the other side, if there is one. Last was supposed to be... Oh, I assumed. Sorry to hear... Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. What can you do about it? It's just... an unfortunately notable because she was also like the last elder relative on that side of the family left. So it's just me and cousins left. There's no one like a generation above us anymore. They're all gone. But, you know, into her 90s, it was a good run. But yeah, when I visited her a couple Octobers ago, it was pretty clear there was, you know, that's how things were going. Because she did not remember that I had even gone to college, let alone the fact that she paid for half of it. And a few times was like, "Oh, I wish you had gone to college." And I'm just like, I did. I got my 2 degrees out of it, thanks to your help. So, but yeah. So that was around it was around 4 o'clock. I got that message from this woman who was part of. So my aunt had what she called her farm family, who were like not relatives, but they're a family that back when she was in nursing school, back when she was in college, she went to college at Dartmouth. She rented a room from this family on a farm, and she stayed connected to this family over decades and decades and generations. So they were her farm family. So it was a few members of the farm family, and one of them by the name of Barbara is the one that reached out to me and was like, "You don't know me, but this is who I am, and you know we were caring for your aunt and everything." So I'm grateful she reached out, because otherwise, how the hell would I have even found out about it? And at least that it was timely, because especially with this side of the family, it was not unusual to get oh, by the way, 6 weeks, 2 months, 4 months ago, so and so died. Thought you should know. So at least this was like, thought you should know this happened this morning. What's the family name? Oh, jeez. I don't know if her name is the family name, but Well, I don't want to put someone's name on the internet. I'll message it to you afterwards, Anya. Randy and Holly were the only members of that side of the family I really met, but at least was able to. Yeah, exactly. That's the way to look at it. Is, hey, at least I got to meet them, and spend some time with them. Better than to not. Excuse me. Oh, cool. Just more curiosity since I grew up there on a farm. But yeah, so I got that message, and I was grateful. I was grateful I replied, and with a few anecdotes and everything, and she helped me through college, because I don't know how much this lady knows about me, or even how she knew to contact me in my, like, specifically via email through my Eric the Red VT email address. Nonetheless, it's kind of like, did you have to dig for this? Where I didn't ask, but yeah, and she just let me know. It was from the dementia, and it was especially the last 6 weeks were not easy. But she is at peace now. So is it weird bringing pudding to a potluck? There wasn't many desserts on the list, so I said, F it, do this. I mean, I don't know if that's a thought that anyone's ever thought, is I should bring pudding to a potluck. I'm sure it's not weird. I'm sure it's not weird. But yeah, that just I don't think I've ever seen pudding at a potluck. Pudding at a potluck. That's my Crash Test Dummies cover band. How's that for a this is my cover band example, CP Geek? Because CP Geek's usually the one that does that. Pudding at the potluck is my Crash Test Dummy is the name of my Crash Test Dummies cover band. Because you eat the pudding and you go That was a bad joke. I just noticed something about that generation. Many of the family names all end with an E or Y sound. Randy, Carrie, Donnie. I think that's more just a lot of names, you know, and some of those are shortening of names as well. Well, some of them at least. Penny being short for Penelope, Vicky for Victoria, Donnie for Donald, Randy for Randall, Carrie for Carolyn. Just thought it was simple and didn't require much prep. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be a bad thing to bring. If anything, people might be like, "Oh, fuck yeah, pudding." 2 girls, 1 pudding cup. That's not chocolate. That's a pollen storm thing, but I really like the meme form. Well, you're how I know about it is when... So, but that's pretty good after I thought about it for a second. Yeah. No, it was ice cream. Yeah, ass cream. Chocolate ass cream. X is the name of my Y cover band. That's the one. X is the name of my Twitter cover band. Most of those shortenings made sense. I never. Well, no, that was. Carrie is a shortening of Carolyn, but in Mom's case, and her siblings' case, they weren't just shortenings. Like the shortened version was their legal name. Because Mom always thought it was strange that they were given the shortened names as birth names instead of the regular versions of the names. Some of their band t-shirts have that text on them with fill in the blanks and are sold with the washable marker. Ha, that's awesome. Blank is the name of my blank cover band.
Gaming got drafted by Jim today. Today gifted a tier
There was a
1 sub
lot
to
going on
Slappy.
over that last 60 seconds.
Pipergs got drafted by Today. Today gifted a tier 1 sub to Pipergs.
All right, so backing up just a second. Crystal Lamp, thank you for the 100 bits for that video share. Much appreciated. And then during that video share, Jim coming in, dropping a 5 bomb on us. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And CB Geek having Hank Hill launch the hype train on us.
Dang hot dog. God dang hot dog. God dang hot dog. God dang hot dog. I just want a picture of the. I just want a picture of the. Dang hot dog. I look like I know what the JPEG is. I just want a picture of the goddamn hot dog.
At least I'm wearing the right shirt. Thank you, everybody, for launching that hype train. Level 2, 61%.
Eric Poop. Eric.
I forgot how long this is.
Poop, poop. Eric. Poop, 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 Eric Poop. Eric Poop. Eric Poop. Eric Poop.
Thank you for the 50 bits, CB Geek, for the poop song. I'm glad I put that one behind bits because I was like, that is a freaking long one. That's also not even the whole song. I had to cut it in half. Remember, Home on the Range is an American classic. I'm headed home. I'll be back. All right. Man, we'll increase this bit value. Oh, well, it's... No, I like to have a couple options there at varying amounts. Start prepping it now so that it's fully dissolved so there's no tasty treats left over when you drink that. True, that is a good plan. Because although it's not just these that are going in it, this is definitely gonna be the big Kahuna burger part of it. There's gonna be a bunch of different hot stuff in there. The most rancid liquid I've ever infested was a bad swamp water mix. Ugh. But 92% level 3 hype train. Thank you so much, everybody. It's greatly appreciated, especially today. I was sitting on the couch. I ate my dinner, and I had reached out to cousins and siblings and such who I was able to reach to like spread the news, and then you're just doing it, you know, that many times. Because I didn't want to just copy and paste the same message.
Got some hot stuff right here.
Got some hot stuff right here. Hot stuff coming through. You guys are monsters. Oh, be nice. And I was like, I don't know. Because I've also was really tired all day as well. And I'm like, do I want to just be like, something came up, not going to stream tonight? I was like, you know, no.
Whoa.
We're going to...
Chris Amp just shared
even if we don't do
100
much,
looking for
we'll
some
at
hot
least...
stuff, baby. This evening I need some hot stuff, baby. Tonight I want some hot stuff, baby. This evening gotta have some hot stuff, gotta have some love tonight, hot stuff, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Tonight.
I think Tra actually needs some
stuff.
hot stuff tonight. She must be in heat. Oh, looks like I got a little snowman for that hype train. Well, thank you, everybody. 98% of the level 3 hype train, 10 gifted subs, 460 bits. You're all awesome. Didn't mean to punch the microphone, but hearts, hugs, and loves, and we'll give the old... We'll round it up, and we'll do four dongs of the ringy dingy to celebrate, or to mark the occasion. There we go. The 4 dongs of the ringy dingy. There's a Magic the Gathering card for you. Oh, and Jim got the snowman emote too. Nice. Some kind of forearm creature that has a bell for a hand at each of them. I would not be surprised if that became an actual card in the next unglued joke set. Riding that train, high on cocaine. The bell rang 29 times. I love and hate the sound that bells make. It's so pronounced, but it's like a gong. It's concussive. I mean, they're designed to be heard. So they dong and they resonate. I even took the high road with that joke. I hope you all appreciate. Got to switch it up every now and so often. Hey, you got to keep us on our toes. We expect no less. But yeah, I thought perhaps I could share some old photos with you, just to kind of show you who this lady was that we're remembering today. So here's where the heck's that? Is it this one? Yeah, so this is her. This is, I think this photo was taken in 1958, if I remember correctly. There's other ones. This one's just, I think this is one of the, well, we'll find more, but yeah, so that's her. That's good old Aunt Dodie, Aunt Doris, and her very good friend, Vivian. This is her very good friend, Vivian, who was, of course, Aunt Vivian to us kids. But, like, I mean, even just look at her hair. Look at her haircut. Come on. And And I'm going to be flipping through a lot of other photos here, so I'm going to be jumping back and forth. But because nothing here is in any order. But here's a neat one. This is from no, click the right one. So that's a letter she sent home with the photo that was inside it in 1960. So this must have been right after. Well, that says Hanover. So my guess is this was right after her time at Dartmouth. With much respect, of course, a very good friend in 2024. But yeah, and then a little more not context, but like you know how when we play Marbs and we have that obstacle that's Aunt Iva's curlers, Aunt Iva was Aunt Doris's older sister. 1960. Wow, Mom wasn't even born yet. But then here's one that's closer to the beginning of nursing school. Again, I apologize for it was a very small scan. Or that one from her graduation. It's kind of neat to look back at old pictures like this. Especially people like you, who you only ever knew. They only ever existed to you as elderly people. Yeah, some of these, if I can find the originals, some of them have dates on them. So it'd be interesting to know the context behind this one. Learning your family tree via unrelated colored commentary is very internet age. And here's one that I think is even older. Again, no, there's no date on this one, I don't think. Yep, no date on it. Howdy, howdy. Just going to roll in quietly. No worries, Phoenix. No worries. But it's neat to look through. What's also interesting is like looking through so many old photos, and then every once in a while, like you start to be able to, like, over several passes of the same photos, you're starting to be like, wait a second, this is this person who was in that photo. And then, like, you get one name somewhere down the line, and then you can finally go back and start tying things together. And that's really neat. For me, seeing old pictures of Mom felt a bit uncanny, mainly since I hadn't seen her with blonde hair in about 10 years. That is true. For me, that was growing up seeing, like, her high school pictures where she had, like, the so red, her hair that was so red it was orange. But it's going to be interesting, like, when the current generations get old, because, like, their photos aren't going to look old at this point. Of course, they may not even have them at all with everything being digital. You know, it all may end up being lost media for all we know. At least with these old photos, you know, they're on paper, they exist. They're tangible things. They aren't wrapped up in technology. Let's see, now we got a couple more in here. I don't have a great many number of pictures. So here's another one. This one had a caption on it. Didn't have a date, but it said at Loyola University. Actually, I don't even know what that is. Chicago. Okay. Well, she did live in Illinois for years and years. So I think that might have been the first place she went to college. I mean, judging by the age of the cars in the background, that would make sense. I never heard of that place. Yeah, red to blonde. Then as she got older, it went brunette, brownish. Also, would you roll? Given the context, it's probably initiative. Chicago and Dartmouth? Wow. Yep, and she was from the point in time where you could you could work at the same and pay your way through school at the same time. And that's what she did. She put herself through college. See. But yeah, she was very much a lover of the outdoors, and this is her sitting on a rock at the property that would become her camp, and also where the caboose was put at some point down the line. And this area in the background here, my dad explained this picture to me for context. This area here with the trees would eventually be flooded and turned into the pond that was on the property. So, doesn't mean anything to anyone out there but me. But this is her on the porch of said camp, grilling up chicken. Again, look at the clothes and the haircut, and the fact that she spent her whole life living with the same woman. Like, just good friends. Come on. Dodie was pretty amazing, I thought. She made her own decisions to move into the memory wing. She still kept coming out to play dominoes, and Mom adds that's the nicest area of the whole facility. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. She was very much a doer. If there was something she wanted or something that needed to be done, she just did it. I think they called that gumption or some old-timey word for it, but she was very much didn't have time for nonsense. Was very much someone who got things done. Zeal. She had zeal. Yeah, that's a good word too. Yeah, not really possible these days when entry-level jobs either suck or require experience you can't possibly have without nepotism or internship. Yeah. Back when gay meant a good time. If only we were all so gay. And here's one that's kind of wild, because oh no, and you can't even see it. So my big dumb head. This is her right here. But like, hold on, I can fix that. There. Oh, that didn't help. Here I am making everything worse. Yeah. Like really young in this one. This is kind of like weird to look at. But yeah. I mean, if you aren't having a good time, what's the point of being with someone at all? Oh, and your earlier comment about the good friends, roommates nomenclature Eric is using. That was the vernacular LGBT people used before the 70s, as it wasn't safe to be out. Yep, exactly. And that was how she, when her partner Vivian, when she passed away in the 90s, I recently looked up Vivian's obituary, and it was painfully short. It was like barely 2 paragraphs, and it just mentioned as almost a throwaway at the end of it, and her long friend, and she's also survived by her good friend Doris, with whom she lived for many years. This is like the Pokemon nurse and Officer Jenny picture. Oh, well, here's one that's actually kind of timely. It's Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. With a very young looking Aunt Doris in short jeans, sitting on a rock in a river. Maybe even the 80s. I'll have to try and get in touch with some elders to find out. Thank you, HB. I'm reasonably familiar with a lot of that history. I was saying specifically that its use in recent times is a bit dated. You mean to sound obtuse? I think we've gone a long way in terms. Oh, I know. I was using as the tongue-in-cheek. But they were roommates. They were good friends. Like, the fact that that's what they had to say back in the day. Didn't realize your friend passed in the 90s. Missed that part. Yeah. I think I was in 5th grade. No, I was in 6th grade. Yeah. So that would be 97, 98, I believe. No, 90s. No, 97, 98 was 96, 97. That's what it was. It wasn't until the Stonewall riots of 69 that LGBT acceptance was moving on an upward trend. It's an ongoing problem. We live in interesting times. The old Chinese curse. We'll see if we can find a few more. Here's another one, looks like, from when she was in school. I guess before she cut her hair super short. Although for all we know, it could have been like a requirement that your hair had to be at least this length if you were a woman. Oh, look at this old-timey cloak with a nurse's hat. I almost was thinking something out of an anime. Yeah, it's all neat stuff. It's all really neat. I mean, so many things can change over a few years. New York City and Chicago, from what I've heard, are relatively switched to... New York City crime went down because people went to Rutland. I mean, there's bad stuff everywhere you go. I don't think Chicago is ever necessarily friendly. I prefer to celebrate our general differences. They make us stronger as a society. Infinite diversity and infinite combinations. I wish it were the prevailing philosophy. I wish I could broadcast to the GOP. Y'all MFers need Star Trek. Oh, speaking of Star Trek, did people see that, why can't I... That, what's her name from the Next Generation cast passed away as well? The doctor, what's her name? I saw that this morning. Yeah, Jill Jacobson. Oh, wait, never mind. She's not who I thought it was. Never mind. I guess she was on one episode, but how they spun it made it look like it was someone else. You did hear about that? She's a guest star in a few episodes. Okay, yeah, okay. I thought it was what's her face who played the. Again, I'm. Yeah, bad with names. Better known for Falcon Crest. Of course, on Valentine's Day in Chicago, you could have a bang-up time. Gates McFadden. Yeah, that's who I thought it was at first, but nope, different person. Okay, here's a small collection of pictures I was looking for. So, like I said, she spent decades and decades and decades of her life doing a lot of traveling, just spending a lot of time in nature. So this is I can't read that. Something Needle Pass. Weaver's Needle Pass. Is that what that says? Gate's alive and well, still working. Good. Because that's who I thought it was at first. But I guess I also didn't click into the article. I sort of skimmed past it. I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. Is there a place called Weaver's Needle Pass? Weaver's Needle is in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, like I said, in the desert. She liked to spend time in the desert. So, guide up to Weaver's Needle. Look at the outfit on that guy. I just wish differences were respected. Only recently have color stereotypes been ignored from being outspoken in person. I remember when pink and purple were just called girl colors in society. People with IEPs are treated badly by peers if you don't fit a stereotype cookie. Yeah. That's... This person's different from us. We should treat them poorly. She had a role in X-Men 97? Oh, cool. That's why my comment was referencing being the tipping point. It was not meant to diminish the impact that earlier protests had. Native Americans devil dance. It's a different time, different terminologies. Mount Rushmore. Look at her in those short pants. Scandalous. Biggest celebrity to pass recently was Amazing Kreskin. There was others, but he was amazing. I'll see myself out. I can read Wyoming. In Wyoming. I can't read what those... I can't read this handwriting. Bad bench. Bad... Bad something National Monument, South Dakota. So this is all just in Google Photos, and it won't let me zoom in any further because this is the size of the image. Oh, the Badlands. I remember there was a whole eating Tide Pods thing recently, right before I graduated. There's a thinker analyzing school property. I feel the lead gasoline craze is having the hardest hit. Well, they stopped putting lead in gas when I was a kid. To right, manual zoom. There's share, there's save, there's favorite, there's info, and there's more options. Because this is such a small scan anyway. Only if it's larger will it let you zoom in on it. This is half a megapixel, 863 by 606. This is a scan my dad did in 2006. So this is an old one. Nope. Slideshow, download, order canvas print, order photo prints, report abuse. I know what I'm doing. That's a big cactus. Holy moly. This was... Oh, okay. This one has a date on it. November 1953. Another real big cactus. I'm not sure who that is, though. Patricia Marsh. Must have been who she was traveling with. And that's her there. Not sure not sure who that is. Doris, Patricia Marsh. Okay. I don't know, that look she's giving her though. Hmm. Oh, 3 does get. No, I know what I use Google Photos for everything. I know the option is not here on small pictures. In fact, I'll find one that I know is large so you can see that it's there. So here on this picture of the caboose, this is a large photo. See, now we have this plus option. Now it'll give me the chance to zoom in because it's a larger photo. But those other ones are so small, we don't have that option. Browser zoom doesn't work. Not currently, not on this. But then here also, well, not here also, but here is here's a couple pictures of, this is my great-grandmother Madge, who was Aunt Doris's mom, who also lived into her mid-90s. Yeah, I think I have a better one here. But like, I mean, it's kind of, and it's interesting to look at pictures of people from these days, because like when they kind of they looked really old when they weren't all that old, but then they just sort of stop and they looked, for most of their life they just spent it looking really old. So this is like late 80s. Yeah, this one we were just looking at, this is like late 80s. This was probably a couple of years before she passed. But then, if we look back on something from the 60s, like 30 years before that, she still looked ancient. Oh, here's another Aunt Doris one from nursing school days. Not sure if this has a date on it. Nope, it doesn't. Punch! I think what Face was referencing is making the entire screen bigger, which you can do by pressing. Well, no, I can't do that right now. It's not. I'm. See, it's not doing nothing. Can't stay, just wanted to send my love. I'll keep you in mind. Oh, thank you, Pudge. I appreciate it. Hearts, hugs, and loves. We're just having some chats and reminiscing and looking at some old photos. Okay, I'm used to zooming in on pages with the... Well, yeah, I mean, if a lot of these scans weren't done by my dad in 2006 with the mind of just digitizing something with limited amount of storage space, then we'd have bigger photos that we could scan in, that we could zoom in on, but... Whoop! Wrong button, wrong button. But here's so there's method to my madness of showing you those pictures of great grandma Madge as well, and how she always looked ancient, and finding these weird younger pictures of Aunt Doris because of this picture right here. That little thing, that little girl, that's Aunt Doris. And this is great grandma Madge, who still looks really freaking old. But like, and I wish I could zoom in on this. I wish I could, but I can't. There are no wrong buttons, just really bad times to press them. But yeah, that's this is such like a brain breaking picture to me. Yeah, it's wild. Looks like she might have a lollipop in her hand. I don't think that's probably too small for you to see it, but it looks like she's got a lollipop in that hand. I mean, Nini and Brenna relatively look the same. Well, that's also true. They reached a certain point and then just haven't aged for like a couple of decades. You're not wrong there. Yeah, it's a neat thing about all these old photos. And another, this is Great Grandma Madge here, but this is Little Ann Iva. This is Little Ann Iva, so this is well before that, and Grandma Madge doesn't look quite so old here. Who loves you, baby? Yeah, it's crazy. This is another one of Grandma Madge and Aunt Iva. No date on it, but clearly very old. I think the only reason so many of these really old ones exist is because my great grandfather was really into the technology of the time. He was one of the first professional electricians in the state of Vermont. He actually was he helped build the first broadcast tower up on the top of Mount Mansfield. So I guess, dabbling in techno nerdy stuff of the day. Speaking of which, speaking of my great grandfather William Hill, erecting engineer. I'm limited by the technology of my time. And again, for Grandma Madge, looking ancient, decades before she was ancient. Here's one from the 70s, and she still looks like she's in her 90s. Yeah, I don't know if it was all the cigarette smoke or what, but people aged harder back then. Yeah, they got old quick and they stayed old. Why do older snapshots look like the start of horror movies? Probably because a lot of early horror was shot on really cheap equipment, so it unironically had this old aged look, just because that's what they were shooting on, and that's what they had to work with. Oh, and then tucked in amongst all these like old-timey pictures is this random one of my dad and my baby sister Ashley. Back when my dad rocked that Tom Selleck mustache. Like that was basically his calling card for like 20, 30 years was his mustache. That Tom Selleck look. Living through the dirty 30s. Living through the dirty 30s aged everyone, even kids. Because not much is shot on black and white on 600 plus ISO film these days, and Hollywood has chosen that as a popular aesthetic for that genre, dark and gritty feel. 70s photos hit a strange point for me. There's just enough fuzz to look old, but the higher resolution makes them look great. They lose some of the magic of the ancient pictures in modern detail. And everything's so brown. Everything in the 70s. It's just brown. And then another thing in here. Some people aren't aware of this, but when a veteran of the armed services passes away that was honorably discharged, they receive a letter from the president. So here is from when my grandpa died, signed by George W. Bush. Certificate is awarded by a grateful nation in recognition of devoted and selfless consecration to the service of our country in the armed forces of the United States. So this is the one W sent in memory of my grandpa. I have his flag too, because they give you a flag. I want to get I should get a flag case or something for it. But yeah, that's at least in terms of what is scanned into the system here. I've literal thousands more of these that haven't been digitized. But thank you for humoring me and letting us tromp down. Is it memory lane if they're not even my memories? They're just the things that happened many, many decades before I was even a twinkle in my dad's eye. Similar to Noir, but with Noir you usually shoot on 400 because of the specific hard shadows. Yep, I got bullet shell from the 21 gun salute from my grandpa when he passed a couple of years ago. That's really cool. Lots of modern cinematographers don't like how clean and uniform digital images get you, particularly in high ISO ranges, which is why lots of stylized films are still on film and then scanned for compositing and other work. If you have all the money, you can rent an IMAX. Plus the facilities to process the film and edit the film and put it all together and then watch the film. But no, I'm a bit in that camp as well of just how clean and uniform digital is. That's why most everything I do, unless it's a really long project and I don't want to wait for the extra render time, I'll put synthetic grain into my video just because I think it looks better. Shh.
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
Rickshaw Tom, back again. Guess who's back? Back again. Rickshaw Tom. Not gonna lie, that letter you get when you pass after being honorably discharged is the only real feeling of respect it feels when you get in the Army since World War II, or at least... Well, also, my grandpa was in during World War II as well. He didn't see any action, but I think I've told that story. I'm pretty sure I've... how he fell down the stairs of the battleship and broke his leg, and then when he was in the military hospital... Due to negligence of the military hospital, he ended up getting exposed to tuberculosis, which made him a bit of a medical marvel because the tuberculosis localized entirely within one of his testicles, and it swelled up to the size of a melon. And I told this story, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. And how it's a wonder that any of us are here at all, because at least my grandpa got to keep one of his nuts, so it worked overtime. He had 5 kids. They canceled your Indian food. Aww. Just got off the phone with my mom. She did not know about Dodie, so the quote I posted was me typing what she was saying at that moment. Anyway, she sends her condolences and sends her best to you all. I sent her hugs as well. It's losing friends is tough. It's losing anyone, whether they're a friend or a family member or anyone. Just losing folks is tough. But I'm glad she got to hear it from you then, and she didn't have to hear it through the grapevine. It's at least a little more personable that way. Tonight I had a cupcake that was topped with cookie dough instead of frosting. I'm never eating frosting again. Just take a cupcake, wrap it in cookie dough, and then bake it. Is it still technically a cupcake? A cupcake-filled cookie? I'm watching Red 1, and this is the first movie AJ's in. Instantly, I can pick him out.
Whoa.
Mayor Bear!
Booty just cheered 1 bits. Swiggity swa oodie.
Swiggity swa oodie. Here comes Mayor Bear backing up that ba oodie. I got to see our Miss Mayor Bear on Saturday for like 20-30 minutes or so during her whirlwind 24-hour return to Vermont. So that was nice. It was nice to see you, Mayor Bear. I assume since you're posting, that means you got home safe and everything. Not bake, fried. For when you're baked. Yeah, I saw the clip that AJ shared the bad recording he shared of that of him with the PS5. But yeah, that's super neat. That I know a small handful of people that work on these movies and sometimes appear in them, or I'm able to see their work in them. Oh yeah, they have newspapers and an honorary wall when people pass. You would have heard about it in a few days. Well, again, I'm glad we could have at least was able to hear it from you, because I would hate to, have to only be able to find out about that because it's, on a wall or something like that. Or just, I get the big thing now is like how I reached out to, a bunch of family members before starting stream, just even just sending them a message just so that they could hear it from me and not like when it inevitably will get shared on social media, because I'm going to take some of these pictures, and as I do when every relative is no longer amongst us, I'll sit down and see what happens, and I usually end up writing some a nice little eulogy for them, although it's not really a eulogy. It's, I don't know, it's more like just how my feelings are feeling in terms of them not being here anymore. Oh my god, I saw that clip with AJ you're talking about. I'm the bestest friend, Crazy Trip. You are the bestest friend, Mayor Bear. You go back after 11 p.m. Sunday. Wow. But you did it. You succeeded. And I was happy to be able to see you, if ever so briefly, and get to smack you on the booty a few times. Jim's father was a combat photographer for the Canadian Army Film and Photo Unit. Oh, cool. I would have wanted a gun over Bell. In my opinion, Keywind camera. That would be neat, though, to be able to fly around and take pictures like, well, I assume, yeah. Regardless, like, that sounds cool. If you're going to do something with the armed services to be in charge of taking pictures, it's probably one of the better jobs. Nothing but Taco Bell is open, so your boy's going to get some motherfucking tacos. Hey! I'm of the opinion that 99.7% of the time, Taco Bell is never a bad decision. That 0.3% of the time, probably when you've already got bowel distress, probably not good to add to it. But that other 99.3% of the time, it's always a good decision. Anya completely agrees. Taco Bell is a good option. I bought a Lindt chocolate bar last weekend. I'm a bit disappointed. I imagine Lindt to be a special type of chocolate, but it feels as gooey as Europeans complain. Well, no, it's not that Europeans complain about the texture so much. It's the fact that Hershey's has a sour taste to it, which is something we don't necessarily notice because it's just what we're familiar with. But once you know it's there, you're like, oh yeah, there is kind of like a sour milk taste to it. And that's because Milton Hershey, when he wanted to learn how to make chocolate, he went to Europe and went around to all these master chocolatiers, and they all refused to teach him. So he's like, well, okay, well, up yours, I'm going to figure out how to make my own chocolate with blackjack and hookers. So he had to invent his own process for chocolate, but it involved him also inventing a way to make evaporated milk, which kind of gave it a spoiled sour kind of taste. But we're just used to it at this point here. But once you know it's there, like, it's kind of hard to unlearn. Oh, there's a burp hiding out in there. Perfect Taco Tuesday. Yeah, there you go, Seema. Just wish they weren't so expensive. What Mayor Bear would I be if I didn't back out that booty? That's true. That is true. You gotta live up to your namesake. Mayor Bear, how dare! So then there's a 0.4% chance that getting Taco Bell is a meh/mid option. Yeah. I mean, you gotta hold some space for chaos theory, because you never know what's gonna happen. You can't never be 100%. Hershey's chocolate is kind of awful. He was a rich old guy. It probably did involve blackjack and hookers. Yeah, and probably countless amounts of like ash falling off his cigarette into the cauldron. Taco Bell is good or bad depending on who makes it. Yeah, but even bad Taco Bell, as long as it's fresh, is still pretty good. Taco Bell finds a way. I like getting that 1 pound giant chocolate bar at Trader Joe's. Didn't enjoy getting bombed a few times by 8th Air Force, but on many of the World War II historical documentaries, I can pick 20 seconds of footage. That's awesome. That's really cool. Like, I sit there and I'm like, oh, that person right there getting kicked down the stairs. I went to college with him. His name's AJ. He was kind of an asshole. But hey, he's doing it. Tony's Chocolonely is good. I haven't heard of that. That's because during World War II, Hershey figured out a way to make chocolate that wouldn't melt while getting shipped. Yeah, the desert island chocolate. So the troops got a treat in their rations. This is also where the catchphrase of melt in your mouth, not in your hands for M&Ms came from. Yep. And that's part of why they shellacked them as well. So it took longer for them to melt. Yeah, tropical chocolate. That's what it was. Tropical chocolate? Yeah. I like when watching some of those Steve 1989 MRE videos from like World War II rations and stuff when they have the old tropical chocolate in it. Taco Bell died for me when they jacked up the taco salads. No more, never, ever. Do they even have them anymore? I feel like it's been like 10 years or more since I even saw one on a menu. Or maybe I just never looked for it. Or maybe it just wasn't even worth looking for it. They had taco salads. I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, they had the salads that were in those, like, the fried taco shell bowls. Like, the bottom was all refried beans. They put the salad in it, and you could just, like, break off the bowl and use it as a spoon to eat the salad. That was great. That was peak Taco Bell salad. They had them for a while, but they removed it. That was, like, the best part. Getting to eat the bowl. It's like, yeah. I just get the big box taco party pack for cheap per taco. No lettuce because it's gross to reheat, and like 30 packets of fire sauce. Yeah, the box of roses full of tacos. If the Taco Bell near me they weren't so douchey about people actually ordering Taco Bell, because it's one of those KFC Taco Bells, and they give you a hard time when you try to order Taco Bell. Like, they'll audibly, and then they say it's going to be a wait of X amount of time for Taco Bell items, because they just want you to order KFC because they can throw it in a box and you leave. Tony's is the massive chocolate that has the uneven segments. It's a reference to the very unfair treatment and wages of the people who collect it in southwestern Africa. Basically, they have it as a... Oh, I've never heard of it, so that's news to me. World War II rations with a healthy pack of Lucky Strikes to aid digestion. Yeah, it was like, here's a sleeve of hardtack, a bouillon cube, a couple of hard candies, and a pack of Camels. Enjoy. Oh, and a can of questionable meat, maybe. That KFC taco combo spot sucked. Yeah, and they made the news once, like Reddit and everything, because there was a video of somebody who worked there washing their hair in the sink in the kitchen there. So, like, I have to be in the mood where I'm like, how badly do I want this to go there and order food and then be willing to wait 20 to 30 minutes for, like, a Crunch Wrap and 2 tacos? It's almost worth it at that point to be like, if I really want Taco Bell, might as well just drive to Rutland, where there's just a full-ass standalone Taco Bell, and every time I've been there, they've been super nice and super pleasant. How badly do I want Taco Bell?
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
That's right, Mr. Tompman. Everything stinks. Everybody talking about Taco Bell causing stomach issues. Me remembering all the Domino's I ate after Mom passed away. I had a massive stack of Domino's boxes next to my computer. Yeah. Domino's. I had a buddy that worked at the Rutland one back when I was living with my dad. It was only 30 minutes away. I mean, you get used to that. You get used to that in Vermont, though. Oh, this thing I want? Yeah, it's right down the road. It's only 30 minutes away. Domino's has some rough ingredients. Yeah, of all the... I mean, I've said this many times on stream, but like, of the major, the national pizza chains, I would pick Domino's probably last. Been spoiled at Pittsburgh. Now I whine about 30 minutes. That's fair. That's fair. We say, oh, it's only 30 minutes here in Vermont because we don't know any better. Although the years I lived in Connecticut, it was 45 minutes, and you could go pretty much anywhere in the state. Everything, no matter what it was basically about 45 minutes away. Just looked at the Taco Bell app and no taco salads. Oh. I also don't get Taco Bell very often because while the food itself is cheap, getting it delivered, you pay as much as the food is in delivery fees, which makes it not... That's one of the reasons I'm glad that I'm so far away from these spots. While I probably could place an order for them through a delivery service, I'd be like, it's such a fucking waste. Such a waste of money and everything. So, best to not to. Best to not to. All right, well, it's 10:23. I once drove from Killington to Shelburne and back for Foligno. Foligno's is always worth the drive, regardless of where you're coming from. Some eats are so good they're just worth the trip. I don't think it would be wrong in any instance for me to drive 2 hours from here to Casey's Caboose to get some chicken wings because they're so dang good. I prefer Leonardo's Little Caesars, but now they're deliver for a good price if they do at all. Large pizza. Leonardo's is $40 for a large. No frickin' thank you. I never liked Leonardo's. It was too. The pizza dough was not like pizza dough. It was just like it just tasted like bread. At least you live closer to Zach. Well, you're also like, by the time you get to Al's, you're right next to Little Caesars too. Like that's right there. But yeah, of your big three or your big four of Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars, Papa John's, if you want to throw that one in there too. Probably 7 times out of 10, I would pick Little Caesars. 2 times out of 10, it would be Pizza Hut. And then probably Papa John's and then Domino's, if I'm going to be honest. Have you seen the drama about? Yeah, I've seen that in the Burlington subreddit. Pizzas are like $60. The guy threw a fit because someone was ordering just a sandwich. Yeah, because he won't let you order just a sandwich, but he'll charge you $60 for a large cheese pizza. And then be an absolute right prick douche ass if you dare say anything bad about it online. Yeah, but if I'm walking down that way, I'd rather eat in-house, and that Caesars is tiny. Yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying, like, it's right there. Gotta throw some quarters at Goofy to make the train go. Kind of like Twitch now that I think of it. 36 plus delivery fees. Oh, okay. But yeah. Pizza isn't terrible. No, it's not. I mean, it's nowhere near, like, back in the 90s... and maybe into the early 2000s, Pizza Hut was still like pretty top tier. But like, yeah. And in my honest opinion, like, I know it's not the best pizza in the world, but just comparing all those pizzas, just to know what you're going to get and for it to be reliably good, I think Little Caesars has it down pat. And they're not promising you the world with it either. It's like, you know what you're getting. And it's going to be the same every time. Haven't seen a Pizza Hut since the 90s. Yeah, that's fair. I think there's like 3 in Vermont. Just like there's 3 Taco Bells. It's hot and ready. No worrying. No worrying that doesn't say good. Little Caesars. It's pizza. And a buy one, get one coupon for Doughie's. But Dad, Doughie's has terrible pizza. Yeah, but there's 2. Sbarro used to be really good back in the 90s. Now I don't think there's one in my area. I think there's barely any of them left anymore. It's one of those like holding on. It's basically on life support eateries at this point. Just like there's still a handful of Quiznos out there. Remember when Quiznos were freaking everywhere and now they're nowhere? There's literally like 12 of them left in the whole country at this point. I'm not even joking. There's like such a small amount. It's pretty much what Sbarro does. It's nothing to write home about, but you can get an okay slice for cheap and it's consistent. I miss Pizza Putt other than Get Air, Rock of Ages, Echo, and Spare Time. What outdoor fun place do we even have for the younger generation? Yeah, it's doesn't really exist anymore. And even then, you go to a so-called arcade now, and so many of them are just like large versions of smartphone app games. And it's like, this isn't an arcade. Now you just got to find a barcade, because that's where all the classic arcade games ended up. It's at your local barcade, where they put cup holders on the racing game, so you have a place to put your beer while you're playing the racing game. Hey, I'm going to call it a night. Little Caesars Postables. Little Caesars has Postables? I guess I didn't know that. All right, Anime, have a good night. Nice to see you. Hearts, hugs, and loves. We may do, it's 10:30 here. We may jump in and do a quick Marbs here, just because yeah. And I'm tired. It's been a heavy day, so I'd like to get some sleep. They are amazing. Heart, love, hugs. Remember Cumby's Pizza? Like, it was a godsend when I was 21 years old and drunk as shit. But when I ate it years later sober, I was like, eh. It's like, at least it knows its place. All right, let's fire up some Marbs here. We'll at least get that done, and then come Friday, we'll have a more regular stream. But again, thanks everybody for hanging out, for humoring me, and just, letting us have some easy chats here, going through some photos, and just keeping it chill. With a heavy heart, I pretty much gave up on arcades, bought a full-size arcade cabinet emulation platform. That's fair. But on the other hand, if you're like somewhere for some reason and you walk past an arcade and you have free time, would you just be like, I'm not going to go in there, I have arcade at home? Or would you still go in and check it out? All right, calling all Marb stars, calling all Marb stars. The time is now, the time is now. Bring those Marbs to the service desk and be prepared to roll. That's right, bring those Marbs to the service desk and be prepared to roll. Oh, yeah. Hell no, if they had classic games, I'd buy some quarters, tokens, beers, wings, sandwich. Exactly. My personal opinion, with the monopoly that the boomers have on Vermont's land, if they don't understand your business. Yeah, I'm going to a ninja thing in January. They have a bowling alley and arcade. I live in a bowling alley on top of what? I live in a bowling alley. Oh fuck! What is the line? I live in a one-room apartment above a bowling alley and below another bowling alley. Wow! Exclamation point play, everybody! All right, we got CB Geek, myself, Rickshaw Tom, Jim, Seema, HB, and Fates on the board. I know Anime's pieced out. Waddy was here for a little bit. I don't know if Waddy's still here. Or anybody hanging out lurking wants to jump on in. Exclamation point plays, all you got to do. We'd love to have you roll with us. Again, if you just want to lurk, that is A-okay. No worries there. Oh, Mare Bear sneaking in behind me there. I see you. I see you, Mare Bear. What you doing back there? Waddy must be lurking while working. Lurking while you work. Or fell asleep. I think that's more likely. We had Lamp here too earlier, but Lamp might have fallen asleep. Well, let's page him. Let's see.
Paging Chris the Lamp, if you're around, you're wanted at the service desk for Marbles on Stream. Paging Chris the Lamp, you're wanted at the service desk. Paging Waddy, you're wanted at the service desk for Marbles on Stream. That's right, paging Waddy, you're wanted at the service desk. Thank you for shopping at Ames.
And anybody else who's hanging out lurking wants to jump on in, exclamation point plays, all you got to do. Marbles on Stream is a free game to play. Anyone is welcome. You don't have to own the game to do so. You just have to type exclamation point play in the chat. It's as easy as that. Oh, and at work, Crystal Lamp is here. Welcome in, Lamp. So we got CB Geek, myself, Mayor Bear, Rickshaw Tom, Jim, Chris the Lamp, Seema, HB, and Fates. It's 9 Marp stars ready to go. Do we have one more ready to make us double digits? I'm going to be driving home in about 10 minutes, so I may not be able to join you for a bit. All right, Seema. Well, we'll try to give some time, just in case. I don't think I've been in a legit arcade since Tilt closed, and even then, I've only really been in Pizza Putt and Tilt. I don't count Spare Time and Zachary since they're primarily a different establishment. Well, yeah, and they're also... Well, it's been a while since I've been to Spare Time, but I know the one at Zachary's is really more of those, like, tablet, the smartphone in full-size game sort of places where you're not necessarily just playing a game. It's like, oh, get these tickets for crap prizes. The only other arcades I've been to are at expensive locations like J Peak. If you're at Water Park, why spend an additional $100 just to go to the arcade? There's a water park here. Oh man, I accidentally caught up to Tessa's meter in the challenge because I was looking at her season meters, not the challenge meters. For like $5 for an ESP32 and like $3 for a motor and air horn, I could build a Wi-Fi connected air horn that could fail to wanting. That'd be pretty funny. All right, exclamation point play. We're gonna roll here. Race number 1. Yes, and drive safe, Seema, first and foremost. Is that a freaking Squirtle or something down there? All right, Funky Colorful Jam, the name of this race. Looks like HB's leading the way. Looks like Fate's currently in second, and myself and Chris the Lamp duking it out for third. Chuck E. Cheese for bad pizza and games. I don't think I've ever been to a Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know if I've ever actually seen one at that rate. Like so many other chains, there's not enough people in Vermont for it to be worth their time to come here. But again, that being said, I don't even think I've ever seen one. But I'm not exactly their demographic at this, especially at this point in my life. They used to have okay-ish games. I haven't been since 2006. You've seen one at a distance outside of Manchester and Connecticut. You can see it from the highway. Yeah, probably, and I just don't remember it. No, wait, 2012. Never been to a Chuck E. Cheese. Seen a lot of them, and there's one where I live, but I have no desire to go to one. Yeah, who wants to go touch sticky things and get sick? All right, Chris the Lamp leading the charge. Your boy in second. Mare Bear in third. Chris the Lamp with the head of steam, though. 2 minutes, 42 seconds is the world record on this course. If I want to play those kinds of games, I'd rather go to Dave & Buster's. I've never been to a Dave & Buster's either. I think I've definitely seen them. I've never gone. Oh, now it's me and CB Geek duking it out for first place. Chris the Lamp must have stumbled a bit. Still a ways to go here. Could be anyone's race. Mare Bear first yeets a pizza. No how dare, though. Just a 9th. So Mare Bear is only how dare adjacent. Well, these kind of look like eyes with like... CB Geek like a bat out of hell. He'll be gone when the morning comes. Look at that head of steam. I think ultimate disaster would have to happen for CB Geek to lose this one at this point. But anything could happen. We'll see. We're 5 minutes away from the Chuck E. Cheese in Manchester. The aesthetic of this course feels like arcades and movie theaters. Yeah, a little bit. Looks like CB Geek's got this one on lock, though. Well done, CB Geek, with the W. Now looks like it's Rickshaw Tom versus HB for Sexy Silver. I think it's going to be Rickshaw Tom, though. Oh, here comes your boy, though. Can't quite pull it off. HB for third. Your boy in fourth. Here comes Fates for fifth. Unless Crystal Lamp has something to say about it. The aesthetics of your face feels like arcades and movie theaters. Got him. Crystal Lamp overtaking Fates. Fates who's stuck in a weird, like... What the heck are you doing, Fates? You're just rocking back and forth. Seema slipping past for sixth. Fates locking in seventh. Jim getting that coveted eighth place position. CB Geek with the W. So we went on to race number 2, Electric Boogaloo. Spooky, I can read. Spooky turning what, boy? Spooky turning boy. Okay. Oh, Bay. I can read. Exclamation point play. Excitable boy, they all said. Arcadia Bay? Yeah, last stream I showed you all the Life is Strange graphic novel that I got. Well, I did read that after stream before going to bed, and it's very good. It's very good. Now I want all the others. There's two other like box sets. So I may have to pick those up for myself. And then that's the complete graphic novel series. What's the difference between this Lindt chocolate bar and their truffles? This one gets on your fingers and you pull it apart. Graphic novels are purposefully addictive. I just like that it's more Life is Strange content, in all honesty.
Whoa. Hurricane_Badger just cheered 1 bits. Just remember that when Waddy is not here, there is no pact and no how dare for getting 8th.
Good reminder, HB, good reminder. Unless Mare Bear gets it, and then we kind of just have to say it, because then the rhyme clause comes into effect. But exclamation point play, everybody. We had 9 last time. Who we missing? We got Jim, HB, Rickshaw Tom, Fates, Seema, CB Geek, myself, and Mare Bear. If I didn't say your name, you're not on the board. I think it's Chris the Lamp we're missing. I think that's good. Switch off the safe search filter. Life is Strange. I think that's good. I think I'm good. That's not the sort of extra Life is Strange content that I necessarily need in my life. HB, sorry, but that's kind of not true. VODs exist and Waddy can bank a how dare until next time. That is also true. Well, 2 things can be true. 2 things can be true. Believe it or not. Because anything can happen when you're playing marbles on stream. That's what I've been saying since day 1. All right, paging Chris the Lamp. Paging Chris the Lamp. You're wanted for marbles on stream. Paging Chris the Lamp. You're wanted for marbles on stream. Waddy has already agreed that when she's not here, that the pact is not in effect and there's no how daring for 8ths. But I as host will make an exception to that for the rhyme rule, specifically for Mare Bear, because it's so fun to say. But if anyone else ends up having a username that rhymes with how dare, then they would fall under the rhyme rule as well. All right, I don't know. We might have lost Crystal Lamp here. So let's get rolling before it gets too much later. The weirdest thing about taking melatonin, it tasted particularly like powdered strawberry flakes. Makes it easier than my other meds. I've actually never in my life taken melatonin, so I don't know what it tastes like or how I would respond to it or anything. Zamp! It would make me go zamp. Maybe that's an ingredient in the secret sauce. Who knows? I mean, it does cause spontaneous napping in America's youth. Pocket Man secret sauce, that is. All right, Rickshaw Tom, first one out. HB second. Fates in third. Mare Bear fourth. As we're rolling down this bubblegum colored tube. Kind of looks like it's made out of bubble tape. That's right, bubble tape. It's 6 feet of bubblegum. For you, not them. How's that for a reference? Oh, Fate's Mare Bear flying through the Spinneroonie ahead of Rickshaw Tom. Rickshaw Tom dropped down to third, Seema in fourth. Love how I have my own rhyming clause. You do, Mare Bear. It's just too much fun to not. How the melatonin feels for me, no real effect. It instead removes the mental component of going to sleep. I don't even notice when I doze off sometimes after taking it. All right, Fate's currently in the lead. Mare Bear second, Rickshaw Tom third, Seema in fourth. Oh, and Jim Eats a Pizza stealing that eighth. I think that's 2 eighths in a row for Jim there. Well, I guess that's a good thing. There's no how dares in effect. I feel like when the shape changed on this course, when it was just like a slalom, not a slalom, like a track, it looked like bubble tape. But for some reason, being this big bowl, it's Pepto-Bismol. All right, CB Geek. Gonna lock in another W from the looks of it. Making it official, CB Geek with the W.
My tummy hurts. And I'm mad at the government.
Your boy in Sexy Silver, Seema in third. We're just waiting for a fourth here. Looks like could be Mare Bear. Mare Bear has to contend with the pegboard, though. Here comes HB. Mare Bear holding on, though. I think Mare Bear going to lock in that fourth. Pepto or unchewed bubblegum? Yes. Mare Bear fourth, HB fifth, Rickshaw Tom sixth. Oh, Fates eats a pizza as well. CB Geek with the W. Rickshaw Tom locking in that sixth. All right, we're at the halfway point here. Halfway. Charging, crushing, stream, exclamation point play. I'll show that pegboard who's boss. Peg or be pegged. All right, exclamation point play, everybody. All of us currently participating and everyone watching at home, you are welcome to roll with us. Exclamation point play in the chats. All you gots to do. Thing with melatonin is you don't want to take too much or it disrupts your body's ability to make its own. That's what I've heard. That's part of what, and now it's a part of me being like, maybe it's, rather not mess with my own chemistry like that. Says the caffeine junkie, but no, I've gotten better. I've gotten a lot better with my having more responsible caffeine intake. Although I wish one of these freaking Canadian energy drinks would actually taste good. So far I'm 2 for 2 of them being really not all that pleasant. But I've got 2 more, so we'll see. We'll see. Magnesium is a sleep aid. It's also a poop aid. Take that with a smaller dose of melatonin. The thing with melatonin... Oh, yeah. I would honestly get tested for vitamin D deficiency if you're having trouble sleeping. That can cause it, too. That is also true. And that can also lead to like depression and weak bones. Especially if you don't go out in the sun a lot, then it's pretty easy to get yourself into a deficiency there. My Marb's butt got charred by the flames of oblivion, like someone who ate Chipotle. Why does America have an obsession with that, by the way? White people, a stereotype of not handling spice for a reason? I don't know. Yeah, don't ever take magnesium with coffee. I'm definitely deficient in vitamin D. Been taking the supplement and my left leg muscle soreness has gone down. Maybe it was that. Canada believes in punishing its citizens with awful medicine-y tasting energy drinks, I imagine. All right, 9 Marbs. Oh, Crystal Lamp is back. Welcome back, Crystal Lamp. We missed you. All right, we got Seema, Crystal Lamp, CB Geek, Fates, myself, Jim, Rickshaw, Tom, Mayor Bear, and HB. If I didn't say your name, you're not on the board, but we're going to roll. Uncle Roger, I almost said it in the Uncle Roger voice, but that's kind of racist. Uncle Roger says, use the right amount of spice, not the white amount of spice. All right, I think Mayor Bear's got the opportune drop here. World record on this course, 2 minutes, 6 seconds. As we head down into the beer bong here. So far, CP Geek's been dominating this Grand Prix. But now Mayor Bear's the first one out. Mayor Bear's like, you know what? I want to finish first this time. So she's going for it. But we shall see. Jim right behind Crystal Lamp was in third, but stumbling a bit. Going through another pegboard here. Mayor Bear, though, making it happen. Everyone else getting hung up on the pegboard there. Jim holding on to second. Seema moving up into third by going round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. But as we get into this paddle wheel of sadness, seems to be a great equalizer here. But Mayor Bear holding on. Mayor Bear wants that finish. Oh, but so does HB. They're going twinsies through that blue raspberry-filled cherry Twizzler. It's an awful confusing flavor. Especially on the color palette. All right, we're in this tumble dryer of despair. What's going to happen? All right, a whole bunch of folks out. Now Jim jumping into the lead here. HB second. Mayor Bear's down to third. There's one thing my body can't make is its own electrolytes. Years ago, I got debilitating cramps like nobody's business. Mustard, vitamin water, and the occasional Gatorade saved my calves. Oh, Crystal Lamp eats a pizza. Yeah, I used to get like for years and years, no matter what I tried, I used to get calf and toe cramps like almost every night. And then what I ended up doing is I ended up just, for completely unrelated reasons, I changed brands of salt. I changed to I used to use just, kosher salt because it's good for cooking. I changed from kosher salt to was it Redmond's real salt, just to try it out one day. And ever since then, no more cramping in my legs at all. Unless I get really dehydrated. But as long as I stay hydrated and I'm using the Redmond's real salt, I have not that. After like 20 something years, the cramping problem's gone. Completely gone. Yeah. There's it's sea salt scraped up from like an old salt bed in Utah. So there's other trace minerals and stuff in it, but whatever it is about that blend of where they dig that out of the ground, that fixed my problem. So but HB with the W, where the heck my mouse go? There it is. HB with the W, Mare Bear second. Couldn't quite finish first, Mare Bear, but you were just behind HB. I mean, you almost finished at the same time. Fates in third, CB Geek fourth, Seema fifth, Jim in sixth, Rickshaw Tom seventh, and your boy in the eighth, but I can't be how dared, so ha 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 ha. And then Chris the Lamp with the Yeats of Pizza moved on to the penultimate race, number 4 out of 5, Accelerating Galactic Air! Exclamation point play. Exclamation point play, exclamation point play, everybody. Play. Come on, plebs. Exclamation point play. All right, we got 5 Marbs on the board. Our magic number is 9 if we get everyone back in. For me, it only started after initially moving to Stowe at the house that no longer exists. No clue what caused it. I still got them at spec occasionally, but they went from weekly rolling around on the wood floor to just standing off and walking them off. I mean, some people just naturally have deficiencies in certain electrolytes. I'm not sure if it was somewhere between magnesium and potassium for me, I think. But even then, but taking a potassium supplement or a magnesium supplement or potassium and magnesium didn't quite do it. Something about the Redmond's Real Salt. I don't know. I'm just at this point, it's like it's been many months since that, and I'm not going to question it. I'm just not going to question it. As long as I can still get the dang salt, I'll be fine. Also, the thing with magnesium supplementation is, you take too much and you're going to be, you're going to have a good, strong case of the mud butt. Don't ask me how, but the fire made it good. All right, 8 Marbs on the board. Who we missing? We're missing 1 Marb star. We got Rickshaw Tom, Mare Bear, HB, Seema, myself, Jim, Fates, and CP Geek. If I didn't say your name, you're not on the board. We don't want to roll without you. Is it Lamp again? I think it's Lamp again. I know I have a magnesium deficiency, but it's so damn expensive. $30 per bottle now. I'd rather fix it with food that's affordable. Well, maybe I'll give you some of this. Maybe I'll give you some of this... this Redmond Real Salt. You can try that for a few days. See if that makes any difference. It's poop again! Called the shit poop! No, we haven't had Phoenix in here. I don't have to page Chris the Lamp again. Yeah, sure. I'll try to find a little container of some sort to pour some into for you. I mean, it tastes like regular salt. It has a slight slight pinkish hue like Himalayan salt, but it's super fine. And I just like. Ashen got gifted a sub by Crystal Lamp. Well, enjoy that sub. Yeah, Crystal Lamp is doing what he can to.
And butthole pleasures.
It's not about butthole pleasures at all.
Oh, you're not far off there. Crystal Lamp is trying to make us have the anti-butthole pleasures by hitting that 125 sub goal to make me create the world's hottest pain water. Between him and Jim, they're making it happen. They're making it happen. Ashen's gonna win this marbles. Well, we shall see. I mean, I think Crystal Lamp might have pieced on out on us. We'll page him. We'll page him, and then we'll roll again.
Paging Crystal Lamp, one more time, you're wanted at the service desk for Marbles on Stream. Paging Crystal Lamp, you're wanted one more time at the service desk. Thank you for shopping at Ames.
Are you saying you like the spicy stuff? I wouldn't say I like it, but for stream-related purposes, for content fodder, it does the trick. Like I had these Carolina Reaper dusted runt candies. Oh my god, this is horrible. So hot they made the inside of my ears inside of my ears hot. And then I have like a hot sauce roulette thing here. And then on Friday I'm going to reveal the cock sauce to everyone that I won at the bad sweater contest over the weekend. Even you and I contributed, even though it was accidental. Does the gifter badge last forever? It does, unless I do. I think it always stays there, or at least it will until the end of the month when the thing up top resets. I think that resets every month. All right, well, I think we may have lost Lamp for the night, so let's get rolling here. Eshin says they're going to take the W here, so we shall see. For stream-related processes, I get it. I did the death... Oh my god. The Death Nut challenge on stream was not fun. I can only imagine. On my 2-year streamiversary, I designed my own challenge called the Hot Lunch. Don't look that up on Urban Dictionary, but it was the Hot Lunch challenge of my own creation, and what I did was I took the idea of typical things you'd find in like a bag lunch, a brown bag lunch, like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and bag of chips and, you know, like what you'd think is basic stuff. But I either made or bought the absolute hottest version of every ingredient that I could and put it all together. I ended up having to make my own bread, but I baked a loaf of bread that was just absolutely chock full of like red pepper flakes and cayenne pepper and all this other super hot stuff. And I made my own super hot chili peanut butter, and I had a jar of Carolina Reaper jelly that a coworker at my old job gave me, and like so I made like a super freaking hot peanut butter sandwich, and then I got like the hottest flavor of Takis and just a whole. I don't even remember all the ingredients at this point, but like, yeah, it was not all that pleasant, and I had picked these up as the dessert segment of that, and yeah, and I had a bottle of a Scorpion Trinidad Scorpion whiskey as well, so like I just couldn't get away from it. God, the smell of Carolina Reapers. Yeah, that's like, they stink and they taste horrible. Because like it's almost that like just the smell and the taste of them is so much worse than how hot they are. It's so ugh. Because I could see on the one thing like, oh, if you get through the heat, at least they taste good, but they don't. They don't taste good. They taste bad on top of just being painful. Oh, and Jim and myself offer some Yeetza Pizza there. Jim stealing an 8th as well on the way out. Why, Eric? Why? Stream content. Well, it's like, why did Tom Green have to put his bum on all those things? For the content, for the lulz. Oh, could Fates be gunning for the W here? If Fates can stick the landing, that's a W. It is done, Fates with the W. Here comes Rickshaw Tom for the sexy silver. For the lulz and the views and the fans. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. For the sake of human science. I do it so you don't have to. And thankfully I don't have spice tolerance. I mean, you can build one up. It is possible. I've inadvertently built up a tiny one. Womp womp. Top 3. Let's go. Well, it looks like you're getting 4th, at least. Eshin's getting 4th. Although Fates likes 4th. Fates may be willing to trade his 1st for the 4th. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. But he's got a point. It's not very fun when you fall down and hurt your bum. I hope they don't shoot the cannon in my bum and get poo all over the place. Poo poo. But that isn't very fun when you fall down and hurt your bum. I like to put my bum on things. It's fun for everyone. I'm mentally asking myself if it's worth it. If it was a challenge with friends, sure. Sadly, I got no in-person friend anymore. Oh. All right, well, Fates got the W here. Rickshaw Tom second, CB Geek third, Eshin in fourth. Everyone else offers some Eats a Pizza. Mary Bear fifth, HB sixth, CMOS seventh, Jim getting that eighth as well, and your boy in ninth. All right, everybody, last call. We're moving on to the last race, Winter Snowing Speedway.
Last call. Last call. Bring your final purchases to the service desk. The store is closing. Exclamation point play. Bring your marbles to the service desk. We will lock you in. Don't test me. Thank you for shopping at Ames.
Oh, almost forgot to take the hat off. That would have been bad. Get out now! Get out! What are you doing, you idiots? Get out of my store! Oh boy, another Rainmaker start. Let's freaking go! Did the Hot Ones challenge with your neighbors? I think it was like it was I think during the second season of Hot Ones. It was when it was still relatively new. I did a Hot One challenge with a bunch of friends from college.
The minimum wage in Pennsylvania is $7.25, and I just wanted a
fucking Mexican pizza.
When nobody was there to work to keep the fucking lobby open, and I don't want to eat a Mexican pizza in my car.
It smells like shit.
It tastes delicious.
Does that mean we have Phoenix here for the last race as well? Get now to get to the finish line. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? My husband was hanging at a Hot Ones party that was being streamed, and the host had to duck out running for the bathroom, so they attacked my hubby. Oh God, Da Bomb. Yes, that was. Oh my God. And it's where it is in the lineup, and they still carry it for an absolute reason. It is like a fucking bomb of horrificness. Everything building up to it is all right. It's all right. It's all right. Then Da Bomb hits. Even though it's not the spiciest one, it tastes so bad. It tastes so bad, and it's such a shock. Almost everyone at the table when I was doing it like got hiccups and was like, it was so bad. But everything after was smooth sailing. I think there was 2 flavors after Da Bomb, and then we get to the last dab, the last one, and I ended up like giving myself last dabs 3 different times because I'm like, do I have a tongue left? I just kept going back.
Whoa. Ashin242 just cheered 200 bits. Thank you for letting me ramble on your stream tonight, and thanks for the marbles.
Oh, thank you for the 200 bits. And you're always welcome here. We love a good chat here. Part of what I like about having such a great tight-knit community here is us being able to come in here and chat, and I do make a valiant effort to read every message in chat. So that's one of the nice things about being the size of a channel I am, is that I can ensure that everyone is heard, and that's something I really appreciate, and that these wonderful community members have helped foster here. We all is friends. Exactly. Some of us in real life, some of us in digital life, and some of us both. Oh, Fates played the Mexican pizza. I looked up, I saw Mexican pizza, and then I saw an F word below it. I didn't even bother reading it because I just assumed it was Phoenix. Phoenix is the only one that plays that. Meanwhile, your digestive system is like, "Oh, fuck you!" And I actually, on one of my, I think it's my Eric R. Hill YouTube channel, I did a vlog of doing that Hot Ones lineup. So if anyone's curious to see what it was like for me to do that Hot Ones lineup, go check out my personal YouTube channel. It's on there. But old Fart Lou Lacey is how I found you, and while she's retired, I still remember all the people she rated. Well, she is a wonderful human as well, and I'm happy that her influence was able to bring our circles together. It is greatly appreciated. I remember when Mom gave me 2 spicy things by accident. That's not a plain bagel. It has seeds, and you like ranch, right? The Buffalo Ranch Burger. Oh yeah, the jalapeno bagel and the Buffalo Ranch Burger. Yeah, Eric, you can't get rid of me just because I moved. Oh, I know I can't, Bear Bear, and even if I tried to, I know you'd track me down. I would never be safe. Around any corner could be Mare Bear backing up that booty. And why would I possibly want to get away from it? All right, well, we only have 7 Marbs here. Are we missing some? Oh, I'm not on the board. There we go. All right, we got Mare Bear, myself, Eshin, Jim, Seema, Rickshaw Tom, CB Geek, and Fates. If I didn't say your name, you're not on the board. Exclamation point play. It is the last race. Let's freaking go! It's the panda's best defense. Ass attack. Well, yeah, you're too busy, like, slapping and grabbing and having a good time to realize that, the end is imminent. Then there's rolling everywhere. It's faster if you roll. Why is Lou Lacey not streaming anymore? Too much life stuff. Life just takes precedence and priority, so Miss Lacey had to make a decision, and unfortunately that meant stopping the streaming. But we still love her and we still support her. And for those folks that use Discord and Instagram, they can still keep tabs on her. She's still out there. So, and I am hoping that in the new year, when I'm able to get back out to the West Coast, we're able to have that lunch meetup we were supposed to have back in June, but I ended up not being able to make it from Portland to Seattle because of stupid airline issues in Atlanta. What about Booty Bump? Life be lifing. Yep, we will miss her. That's the head crusher move. All right, well, I don't know who we're missing here, but we're missing someone. We got Mare Bear, myself, Eshin, Jim, Seema, Rickshaw Tom, Fates, and CP Geek. Modeled, welcome in. Jumping in for the last race. Well, we're still missing someone. I'm not at this point. I'm not quite. I know we've sort of lost Crystal Lamp at this point, but who else was here that is currently not? HB. We don't have HB.
Paging HB, if you're still out there. You want to jump in for the last race? Exclamation point play. Paging HB for the last race. Exclamation point play.
My tacos were cold because it's cold outside and Taco Bell's far away. But I tossed a handful in the microwave and then my daughter distracted me and my tacos are way too hot. This taco's too cold. This taco's too hot. No, tacos are just right. You know who's missing? Santa Claus. Goldilocks problems. Sandy Claus. All right, well, it is after 11 at this point. It is actually 11:11, so we're going to roll here. Hose. Some people ask what your biggest animal fear is. Some say sharks, snakes, scorpions, spiders. I think mine is hippo. Hippos are freaking vicious, man. Hippos will kill elephants for fun. No joke. They are so freaking dangerous. And they're super territorial. Like, you can go online, you can see pictures of boats in rivers getting too close to their territory, and hippos like, nope, I'm not having that, and swimming out to attack the boats, and they swim fucking fast. All right, we got Fates leading the charge here, Seema in second, Mare Bear in third. World record on this course, 2 minutes, 36 seconds. Exclamation point cheat! Exclamation point boost! Exclamation point marbles! Also, Goldilocks from Kite Man, hell yeah, was perfect. For a minute, I thought you were going to say my tacos were stolen because your daughter was mentioned. The old distractoroo to take the Taco Bell. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that as well. All right, we got Mottled in the lead here. That Snowflake Spinnerooni's doing quite a number. Not even Crocs fruck with hippos. At least rattlers leave people be if they don't get too close. No, my hacks are not working. I have tacos for at least 2. I don't mind sharing. That's not the issue. Your mother taught you to share. Fate's currently leading the charge here. Oh, look, I got a little snowman up here. So, let's build a snowman. We can make him our best friend. We could name him Bob, or we could name him George. We could make him tall, or we could make him not so tall. Snowman. Bum, 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 bum. He'll have a happy face, a happy smile, a happy point of view. If you build me a snowman, then I'll build one for you. So let's build a snowman. We can make him our best friend. We could name him... Yeah, I'll stop. We could name him Beowulf. Oh, that kind of looks like a blue butthole, doesn't it? All right, who's going to be first through the blue butthole? Looks like it's Fates. Through the blue butthole for the W. Fates with the win. Mottled second. CB Geek in third. There's your top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Jim moving through that blue butthole for 4th. Seriously, that looks so gross. There's an arrow pointing to it. Like, so unnecessary. Ashing through the blue butthole for 5th. Rickshaw Tom eats a pizza rather than go through the blue butthole. DP fought in my bunghole. Whenever I mention let's build a snowman, everyone turns it to, do you want to build a snowman? And I'm like, no! Creepy blue hole is creepy. You mean creepy blue butthole is creepy. But then again, it's not about the butthole pleasures. Oh, Mare Bear and Seema hit by the flames of oblivion, but Fates with that W. That's 2 W's for Fates this Grand Prix, isn't it? Did I win? No. You lost. But Fates with the W, Mottled second, CB Geek third, Jim fourth, Eshin fifth, your boy in sixth, Seema in 7th. Mare Bear eats a pizza into that 8th. You know what that means. Mare Bear, how dare! And Rickshaw Tom for 9th. Yay! All right, now we got to head on over to Victory Valley, see who stands tall and proud, going home with all the gold, glory, and bragging rights. All right, in 3rd place, going home with the bronze, we've got Rickshaw Tom and his potato. And in 2nd place, going home is silver, sexy silver. We've got Fates, 2 dubs, but only getting the silver. Must have been a pretty dominant performance to get the overall W, which happens to go to the most.
Excellent!
CB Geek! Well done, well done. 100, pretty close race, 113 points, 2 dubs for CB Geek. Pulling out the W, Fates second, 102. 100 points, 2 dubs, I should say. Rickshaw Tom overall 3rd, 63-0. HB 4th, 50-1. Mottled 5th, despite only being 1 race, getting into the top half of the field here. 32 points for that 1 race. Mare Bear in 6th, 24-0. Your boy 7th, 22-0. Seema getting that overall 8th there, 17-0. Eshin in 9th, 0 and Zallo, despite 2 races. Jim in 10th, Zimmo and Zappo. And Chris the Lamp rounding things out. Only joined us for 2 races, but he probably passed out in his chair. Like he does. Chris the Lamp rounding things out. But of course, doesn't matter whether you win or lose, because we are all
Excellent!
On this blessed day. So round of applause to all of us. And with that, we've come to the conclusion of another Tuesday night stream, a rather morose one. given the family news I received. For those that maybe missed the first part of the stream, I came into this having received the news that my great aunt passed away this morning. She was the last relative I had on that side of the family, so kind of sucks. But you know, it is what it is. She lived a good long life into her 90s. So, but thank you everybody for hanging out, having some chats, letting me share some pictures with y'all. It was a nice walk through some memories and all this other good stuff. So, crap, man, I'm sorry. Internet carrying. I'll always take internet hugs. So I appreciate that. Because I thought about not streaming, but I was like, you know, I might as well. I didn't want to just like put up a cryptic message of being like, blah, blah, got bad news today, not going to stream. I was like, you know what? It's going to be better if I pop in here, spend some time with my people, and do it that way. And we did, and it was good. And I'm glad we did. Because that's what good communities are for. So I will be back on Friday, same time, same place. And I hope everybody has a good rest of your week. We are staring down the barrel of the holiday season here for those that celebrate and those that are bystanders to it. Next Tuesday, a week from today, we will have our Christmas Eve stream, and we will be doing our carbonated apple cider vinegar because we couldn't do it tonight. Well, I could have done it tonight, but I wouldn't have had my heart in it. So we share, we care, we share, and we marb. We care, we share, we marb. That could be a t-shirt. We care, we share, we marb. Might have to think about that one. That'd be a good suggestion, Seema. Made it through the stream for the first time in 2 weeks.
Excellent!
Well, a round of applause for that, CP Geek. I dare. And actually made the top 10. Well done. Silver as a possible early Christmas and birthday present. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. But yeah, we'll be back Friday, and we'll do all the fun stuff there. Yeah. So I will wish you all a wonderful rest of your week, and we will be back Friday. Thanks you again to everybody for that hype train that kicked off the stream here. Thank you, Jim, for that 5-bomb. Thank you, Chris the Lamp, for the 5-bomb. Everyone who dropped bits in here. Eshin dropping bits, Chris the Lamp dropping bits. You're all wonderful, fantastic people, and you make this community so wonderful. And you're all great. You're all wonderful. Get it. Thanks, Kendall, for the sub, and Eric the Red. You'll be seeing more of me. You take care of yourself. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and I'll see y'all on Friday. Choo choo, motherfuckers. All right, and your boy's gonna go to bed. So, yeah. On that note, I just have one more thing to say, and you know what it is, and that is so long and good night. So long and good night.
And butthole pleasures.
It's not about butthole pleasures. It's not about butthole pleasures at all.
Whoa, butthole pleasures in stereo. What a way to go.